The yearbook pose is probably the most awkward pose you have ever done in your life. Hey, what up everyone? I'm iCKEST and I wanted to share some tips and advice on senior pictures. I wanted to do this video because for one, I have been working in the portrait industry for quite a few years. Also, a lot of you senior high schoolers go into this moment of your life unaware of anything and everything regarding senior pictures. I do have a couple clips to show you. I got together with some friends and we did an actual senior session starting from yearbook to casual pictures in the studio and then some pictures outside as well. I have some notes here that I wanted to go through with you guys. So first, when you think about doing your senior pictures, you need to figure out what these senior pictures are for. Now, are they for graduation? Are they just for passing out to your friends and family? This will determine on what kind of pictures you need to be taken once you get your appointment down and everything like that. Let's talk about choosing your photographer. Now, I know a lot of high schools are contracted to a photography company. Usually this photography company provides yearbook services regarding obviously yearbook pictures, your sports team, band, pictures for your staff members, your principal, you know, so forth and so on. I do have to say that your contracted photographer to your school, since they're the ones providing the yearbook pictures to your yearbook, it's most likely a requirement that you go through them just for your yearbook picture. You can either go to your contracted photographer to do your photo session, or you can look for a local photographer in your area. If you have any questions regarding senior pictures in general and most likely for the yearbook, you should go to your yearbook coordinator or your ASB director because they're the ones that are usually in contact with your contracted photographer. Prices nowadays can range from $10 to $70 regarding sitting fee, and sitting fee is the labor of the photography company coming out to you and providing these services. If you want certain things printed, like an 8x10, some wallets or what have you, those are usually a separate price. But it all depends on the photographer that you go with. Now let's talk about outfits. So if your school is a uniformed yearbook, when you look at like last year's yearbook and you see the seniors wearing a certain requirement, either it's like for boys it's like shirt and tie, or a tuxedo. For the girls, it's usually like a sweater or a V silhouette drape. That means your yearbook coordinator specifically chose the dress code requirement to look uniform, so everybody wears the same outfit. The photography company will provide you these outfits when it's a uniformed requirement dress code. Getting your yearbook picture done is most definitely important though. There's usually a deadline to take your yearbook picture because the yearbook needs to be done, you know, a few months before your actual graduation ceremony. Be cautious of the yearbook deadline and get your yearbook picture done right away. And if you want to consider bringing different outfits and stuff, you don't have to get that done at the same time you're getting your yearbook picture done. You have a whole year to do that. A lot of people wonder about what they should wear being photographed, and you know how a lot of people say black is flattering for all body types. It's definitely true, but you don't want to just wear black, especially if it's not your thing. You most definitely want to wear what you think your fashion sense is. When you wear darker colors, it absorbs light, therefore it's not going to show too much shape and it won't make you look as wide as white or like neon pink or neon yellow. Like all these brighter colors will most definitely add a little bit more shape to you, no matter what body type you are. Now let's talk about the yearbook pose. The yearbook pose is probably the most awkward pose you have ever done in your life for a picture. And I get it from a photographer standpoint and from a non-photographer standpoint. I know it's awkward overall. Photographers are trained to pose their subjects this way because it's supposed to be flattering. Let me explain though before you rip me apart. When you are being photographed, there's usually one main light and then there's like all these extra lights. Now the main light is the one that you are mainly facing. So whether it's on your left or your right, you're gonna turn one way. So that's why the photographer turns you in that one direction. Also, the main light is supposed to light up the short side of your face, and the other side is supposed to be mostly in shadow. They're gonna tell you to sit up straight, obviously, because you don't want to slouch in your picture. And then they're gonna have you lean forward just a little. They're gonna have you tip your head. Photographers do this because it's supposed to flatter every body type. Just remember that a camera lens is just like an eyeball. Whatever plane is closest to the camera lens appears bigger. So let's say I'm a heavier set person and I have, you know, a larger chest, and I sit up straight. In the picture, I'm going to look like I'm leaning back. That's why these photographers tell you to lean forward, because they're trying to get your face to be the first plane nearest to the camera. And then the head tip. I know head tips are super duper awkward, but again, photographers do it because it's supposed to be an illusion of sitting up straight. Overall, these awkward little things that the photographer tells you to do, it's most likely to flatter your body type. There are different types of photography sessions that you can do. You can either do like the studio thing where you go to a local studio and you just photograph all studious pictures where there's various lights and colors and backgrounds and stuff like that and what have you. Or you can do environmental sessions with your whatever photographer you choose, which usually means photographing you in an environment. So whether it's at your school, on, you know, like if you play football and you photograph on the football field, or if you go out in nature to a park or what have you and you just photograph in the park, or, you know, like if you're into horses, you go to like a ranch. It's stuff like that. That's environmental photography. It's usually outside or in your personal environment. Otherwise, most pictures are usually done in a studio, especially for the yearbook picture. I hope I provided you some kind of help in a way and what to expect for your upcoming senior session. So congratulations everybody, and good luck with everything. See y'all later. Peace! Which, the video that you just did?
Crystal. Like the agenda.